about them because we live them. It's something that we feel. It's something that, like, you don't know. I can't tell you why. There. That type of feeling, like, you don't know, you're not ever gonna be it. You just kind of like feel it.
Okay. And then all of a sudden there's community, and you're like, oh my god, there it is.
And I don't know. It's really hard. Like you said, it's really hard to articulate who you are and why you are that way when you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You haven't aged out yet, but are you like?
It's also really hard to explain, like,
But if you
being an artist, like, it's really hard to sometimes explain, like, why you do some things or, like, why you live the way you do. Like, it just feels right. Like, this is just how it is somehow. And then you start thinking about it and you're like, wow, I could talk about this for days on end and still wouldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, language is such a constricting art. No, it doesn't do it justice.
And where you put the handle, the peg comes out like this, and then that's where this one fits. So there's two different sizes, right? But sometimes the peg is knocked off so that you can't use this, and that's where the drum key comes in handy, because you can fit it inside where the peg's been knocked off.
Right on. Where did you get these from?
Well, this is for tuning your drum heads.
Oh, right on.
And this one, I've had this one for years. I can't even remember who gave it to me. I guess I'm gonna start with stereotypes.
Be culturally sensitive.
You know, when you think of the gay community, LGBT community, you think of really good-looking people who are successful, who are, you know, they've come out to their families and their friends, and they've moved past this hurdle in their life, and now they're these business people who've accomplished so much, and these artists or musicians who've done so much for their community. But you don't think of those of us who are still trying to figure out who we are, what we want to do, those of us who are homeless, those of us who have mental issues, who don't, you know, in trying to figure out who we are and what we are and how we can fit in. And we're not just fit in, but how we can feel accepted and have a community. For those of us who feel that way, it's really frustrating when you don't have anything, because nobody wants to look at you when you're homeless. Nobody wants to listen to what you have to say. You pretty much have to be,
I know, I'm sorry.
hey, look at me, I need food, this is my dog, she's hungry too. And nobody wants to listen to that either because it's annoying. But and then you know, you pile on top of that the fact that, hey, I'm gay. What do you think of that? No, not very many people want to deal with that. You know, so they just kind of turn away and they're like, they put up this wall when they're walking down the street from you. And it's just a lot of these outreach services are run by churches. And so there's that. And you know, they're not terribly receptive to those of us who are out and loud about it. And it's just, again, comes the frustration and the anger of not being able to figure out who you are, and then say something's not right in your head, so you're frustrated, you're angry, you don't feel accepted, people don't want to look at you on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, you're gonna go crazy, man. Then you start getting into drugs, you start doing heroin, where you're smoking crack all the time, or you're drinking a beer every morning, waking up with the shakes, you know, rolling over, puking in your sleeping bag. It's not pretty. And sometimes you just want someone to sit down and talk to. Sometimes, you know, without having to fill out paperwork with 4 different forms of ID just to say that, oh, I can come here between this hour and this hour during the day. I don't want to sit in a women's group and talk about makeup and tampons and you know, working on art projects consisting of magazine cutouts. No. I don't know. I guess the best way that anybody could help any of us that are out here is just talk to us. Don't let us feel ignored. We're not all bad people. We don't suck. Some of us do, but not all of us. Not all